Make a Path presents Let's Talk.
The Walking Dead Q&A 34. Tear them a new asshole. Rant over expert fusion. Alright, you asked me what I thought about your idea of a group called the Killers or Murderers, and basically this group will kidnap and take people and only keep the strong ones and kill off all the weak ones. First off, why would you even kidnap a weak one then? Maybe if you didn't realize till you caught him, like Tyrese, he's big, but he's like weak in that sense, and then you killed him off. But what you described is the hospital people, because they killed off all the strong ones, they kept the weak ones, and they enslaved them. If you did the opposite of that and kept all the strong ones, how are you controlling them? If you have an army of strong people and you say, listen, go risk your life doing this, that guy is going to roll you up in a ball and tear your face off. You know what I'm saying? It won't work. Not only that, even if you wrote it to work, the hospital arc did not work too well for a lot of fans. So you're going to do the same thing? No, I say scrap the idea and start over. Personally, no offense. And you went on with as far as clearing out all the walkers and everything like that. I think you're in the right direction there. Stick with that. Skip all the whole kidnapping people and the strong ones get to live. Skip all that. Stick with a group of people that like to go out and eliminate all the walkers. That's their mission, That's a better idea. Stick with that. Captain Rupert. What would the show be like now if Frank Darabont was the showrunner? You know what? I have a showrunner video coming with all the showrunners, going to break them down and have little ideas and chats and things like that. That is coming for the next break we're going to have. So I don't know, because I don't know all the pieces. I do know from some rumors I heard that Frank Darabont wanted to take the show into some very peculiar directions. I don't think a lot of fans would have liked it all. We're complaining now that a lot is different from the comic, and they wanted to go into directions as far as they wanted Morgan to say in season 1 that the walkers, if they didn't find food, they would eat each other. They would eat the weak ones. That does not work whatsoever. That takes away Michonne's camouflage. That takes away Negan's factory camouflage. And guess what else that takes away? The Whispers. You know what I mean? So Frank Darabont was doing some things that would have probably ruined some of the storyline in the future. Now, some of that is rumors. I'm going to lock down what's the truth and what's rumors, and we're going to make videos based on that. So I can't really answer that right now. However, you said happy birthday, and I know it's not your birthday now, but happy birthday. Micaiah, is that how you say it? Micaiah Novak, Micah? In the episode Clear, you're talking about Morgan being Whispers, I guess, because that's what the article's saying. No, that has nothing to do with Morgan and the Whispers. Morgan and the Whispers are no. That's a no. That's a strong hell no. Steve Kalopis, where do you think they will bury Beth? We know where. By that willow tree. No, not the farm. Just any willow tree. This is the apocalypse. They can't go around looking for prime real estate. Find a nice area, by a willow tree, looks beautiful, no walkers are around, buried the bitch. Taylor, will you be reviewing Better Call Saul? And what was your favorite and least favorite character on Breaking Bad? Yes, I will be reviewing Better Call Saul, and my favorite character, Walter White, all day. Least favorite character, Crystal McCree. She heard that there was going to be a total of 24 cast members at the end of the season. How do I think they'll pull that off? With good character development and involvement. You know what? What they're going to do is they're going to utilize them for the compartments that they're in. You know what I mean? Like the construction crew people, they're going to use them for storylines that have to do with the construction crew. And how we get introduced to that is one of our characters, probably Abraham, going to that crew. Same thing with everything else. We're going to be introduced to these characters when it's relevant to the story. Like we'll see the doctor and everybody when somebody's hurt, We'll see other characters in the Alexandria Safe Zone when Rick is doing his patrols and we're following him and whoever's with him. That's how we'll see them in that realm. They're not going to say, okay, well, we need to show all of these characters, so let's write these little stories to have them in. They're going to show the characters when it deals with the story. You know what I mean? Dersh Schwan. Again, fix your G+ settings. No one can reply to you. My show is your favorite show on YouTube. Ha! Awesome. How many episodes will Alexandria have? And do I think the finale will be the survivors arriving there? Listen, no, they're going to get there early. Maybe episode 12 or 13. Alexandria, how many episodes? Well, put it this way. I bet you we're going to be at Alexandria for a few more seasons. Not episodes, seasons. We'll be there a while. Infinitify. Favorite or least favorite comic arcs? You know what? For favorite, I'm going to go with The Whispers. For least favorite, I'm probably going to pick something like... there was some things there that just kind of... I just couldn't wait to get through it. It stumbled a little. So, I would say around there. Romer, 2483. When Negan arrives, should he give Rick an ultimatum to where he either picks him or Daryl, and Rick doesn't say anything, and Negan just goes, "Any, mini, miny, mo, da-da-da." Winds up being Daryl. No, because now you're building up the audience to turn on Rick. Yeah, bitch magnets. Will we ever see Tyrese without his beanie when he dies? The HRS Productions. When Morgan goes to the church, he places down a piece of candy, a bullet, and rabbit's foot before he prays. Any significance to those items? I don't personally believe that there is a known significance. I think you just get from it what we, can take from it. I personally believe it's a symbol of luck, how he's lucky to still be alive. One more bullet to me signifies that if it comes to it, that's his bullet he's saving to put himself out before he becomes a walker or walker food. And the food, he's probably just giving thanks that he actually has something to eat, Logan Jackson said that in the beginning, Rick was making the right decisions on multiple different occasions, but the group didn't go with his decisions, and because of that, people have died. Yes, we're not going to get into why the people didn't go with his decisions, because everyone thought different things were going to happen. However, why that's important to the story is it's finally getting to Rick. We should have killed the termites. They attacked us. We should have snuck in and killed Grady. Now Beth is dead. That is starting to weigh on Rick's shoulders, and the Rick-tatorship is going to come back. It's going to help drive Rick mad a little bit, go a little crazy. You're going to see it in Alexandria, but let me tell you right now, Rick making the right decisions and no one listening is going to play a big important role in the development of the story as we go forward, and it's going to help catapult him into leadership at Alexandria. Kate Great, do you think the comic and the show will end the exact same way? Do you think Rick will survive to the end of the comics or the show? No, eventually I believe Rick will die, and no, I don't believe they will end the exact same way. I think, unfortunately, because the comic can go on forever, the show most likely will come up with an ending before the comic book. Adam Patterson, what are your favorite top 5 issues in the comics? Sorry, I am not answering your question because I have a video coming up for the break all about topics like that. Top 5s, favorites, top 10s, best of, worst of. I have a lot of those lined up. Mr. Wiggles, do you think Daryl will replace Abraham's death in the comic? No. I don't think anybody's going to replace Abraham's death. And listen, I know I was respectfully asked to put spoiler alerts for comics and stuff like that. Like, this is an open discussion. Somebody mentioned something about being spoiled on the comic because they went to a Comic-Con panel and everything. If you go to something like that, how have you not read a comic that's, at this point in time, years and years old by now? I personally feel that I'm not going to stop for every little comic spoiler. I'm very sorry, especially for Q&A videos, because I feel like people are here for that. And if you're not, why? You can look it up right now. You can read every single comic. If you don't have the money, I feel for you. You can still look up every single issue right here on YouTube, read the story, get the story. If you do have a couple dollars, go ahead and buy the compendiums. It's $30. There's no real excuse to why you haven't read the comics yet. So if you don't want comic book spoilers, I'm really, really sorry. I don't want to sound like a dick, but there's years and years old already. And I know some people are like, well, I'm waiting till the show is over before I read the comics. The show is different. It's not going to hurt. You know, I was actually more excited for the show once I read the comics.
Subscribe now.